So we're going to talk about the 7 symptoms that actually prove you are in fat burning, okay? And when I say fat burning, I'm talking about ketosis. Number 1, cognitive effects. Your memory, your focus, your concentration, your attention span will all improve, okay? Number 2, your mood is elevated. You're more cheerful. You're less irritable. You're less edgy. You have a higher tolerance to stress. You can handle babysitting a lot of kids in a room for over 8 hours in a daycare center without any problem. Number 3, energy is increased. The need for sleep goes down. I require a lot less sleep now that I'm doing this. Number 4, no more cravings to carbs, sugar, candy, cookies, and starches. That goes away. Number 5, you're not hungry anymore. You can go long periods of time without food. Now, some of these improvements might occur initially, and as you do it longer, you'll get more of these improvements. So if you're still craving, it means that you're not quite doing it right, or you're not doing it long enough. Okay, number 6, your waist is shrinking, okay? It's getting smaller, clothes are looser. And number 7, weight loss. Now, notice how I put this last. And this is very important, okay? Because most people are focused on this first, but they're ignoring all the benefits. Remember, it's get healthy, then lose the weight. So part of the get healthy process is stimulating the anabolic hormones, which I'll explain in a second, that involve taking protein and repairing tissue in the body. So the anabolic means a building. It's not breaking down, it's building back up. So what happens when you do healthy keto and intermittent fasting especially, you're stimulating more testosterone, growth hormone, which then stimulates something called IGF, which is kind of an extension off growth hormone, and it creates certain effects through the liver and throughout the body. Actually, it's produced by the liver, but it works throughout the body. And look, check this out. Insulin is an anabolic hormone. I'll come back to that too. And then glucagon, which is also produced in the pancreas, so they work together. So what's happening is a lot of times as you get older and then you start doing keto, you might not see the huge progress that some younger person has, simply because you may have atrophy. Maybe you're going through menopause and you have a loss of muscle protein in the legs and the thighs and the buttocks. And it looks just like fat. So you get it from a seated position or you walk upstairs and you find you have a hard time doing that because your quadricep, your thigh muscles are weak. Well, a lot of that's atrophy. So if you do this program, guess what? Your body may not just tap into the weight loss right off the bat. It might have to rebuild these proteins. And that is the point that you have to realize. So how do we enhance testosterone, growth hormone, and insulin and glucagon? Let's go through that. Well, by doing healthy keto, dropping your carbs, having a good amount of fat, moderate protein, you can stimulate testosterone. Growth hormone is stimulated by small amounts of protein or moderate amount of protein, keeping your blood sugars low, sleep, and intense exercise. So adding exercise is really important. I know you probably thought that we want to keep insulin as close to 0 as possible, but most people have insulin resistance. So they have a situation where they have a lot of insulin, but it's ineffective, it's not working. So if it's not working, you're going to have a hard time building muscle protein, repairing body tissue that require amino acids because you need this insulin. But as you do healthy keto and intermittent fasting, you improve insulin resistance. So you start to have insulin, now it's available to you. And it reduces, but it's more effective. It actually works. And as these hormones start to work better and better, you start having more effects of these anabolic hormones. So you have more rebuilding. So the tissues heal, they repair, but maybe not weight loss because you're going to retain some of this protein and it's a bit heavier if you compare it to fat, if you're looking at the same volume. But you will start seeing waist size changes or reduction pretty soon. To stimulate glucagon, you have to increase protein and exercise. Those are the two things with that. So don't forget to add exercise to your healthy keto program. Definitely you can work on intermittent fasting. Start to go less frequent if you want to speed things up. Talk about that even to 1 meal a day. And then number 3, maybe you need to decrease your carbs a little bit more, maybe down to 10 grams per meal. And I have another program. It's called Keto on Steroids, updated, which I'll be releasing shortly. And it has even a more hardcore program for those people that are just like serious about it and they just want to jump in and just do whatever it takes. It's hardcore. It's the ultimate deep ketosis on steroids. Okay. And then we may recommend that you decrease your fat a little bit, because if you're doing these MCT oil and too much coconut oil and you're doing bulletproof coffee, all this extra fat is unnecessary, especially if you're trying to burn your own fat. Why give your body extra fat that it has to focus on that and leave your own fat alone? All right, guys, there you have it, the 7 symptoms that prove that you are in fat burning. So if you're enjoying this content, go ahead and share it with someone that could really benefit from it.